Hello and thank you for watching Erin and Drew's movie reviews. My name is Drew.
My name is Erin.
And we're not really hitting the jackpot today because we are going to talk about the Netflix film Army of the Dead.
Woo!
But we should probably, for those of you who have not seen it, we should clarify that this is not part of any other series.
Dead franchises?
Of any Dead franchises. It's not part of The Walking Dead, nor is it part of Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, The Evil Dead. It's completely its own beast.
Yes.
No pun intended.
It may have zombies in it, but it is not part of any of those zombie franchises you may know.
Yeah.
It is its very own specific zombie franchise. It is becoming one anyways.
Yeah. They should add that to the FBI warning on the home video. But... yeah, this is straight. Was it straight to Netflix, or did this get the theater treatment? I think it says it's limited theater there on the poster.
Yeah,
Select
I think
theaters.
they had it in very select theaters.
Yeah.
Probably for
A week?
Oscar reasons.
What?
Well, you can't be nominated for an Oscar unless you're in theaters, and they probably want special effects. What?
Anyway,
Tell
Army
me
of the
I'm
Dead.
Tell me I'm wrong.
This is just, I don't know, but and if
When it's
you,
on the list, you'll be like, how did you know? Like,
if he hasn't been talked enough in the nerd sphere enough in the past year or more, this is a Zack Snyder joint. The notable thing about it, whether you like it or not, we'll talk more about that, but he not only directed this movie, but he wrote it and also did all the cinematography. So, unlike a lot of the other projects he's worked on, this is truly his baby. Whereas, like, he didn't really write or create, like, the Justice League or Superman or The Watchmen. Did he direct 300?
he directed 300.
300, yeah. None of those were really his creations at all.
Yeah.
Although, what did he
Sucker
write?
Punch.
Sucker Punch?
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe that's one of his. But
Yeah. This is his second fully original
okay,
movie.
and I had okay.
Please.
I
Use your
really
words.
I kind of thought it would be, they said they were going to make another version, the Snyder cut of the Justice League movie. Did I really want to see a cut of a movie I didn't like that is longer?
That is.
Did you see the running time for the Snyder cut?
Yeah, it's like.
It's like 4.5 hours.
It's a mini-series. There's a reason I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either. It's like...
And nor do I want to
I
watch
wouldn't mind watching a good Justice League movie. That's one of the reasons I'm actually excited about the upcoming Suicide Squad movie. I saw who's directing it, and I like what they've directed before, James Gunn. And I think that might actually be pretty good, because I thought the first one was awful, but I'm willing to give that a second chance.
Yeah.
This had Zack Snyder's name on it, and B, do we really need another zombie movie?
We are fully saturated
We're
with
pretty
zombies.
saturated on the zombie front, are we not?
Ugh.
Some good, some not so good. There's some...
To be fair,
okay.
he's been working on this for 10 years,
Well,
approximately.
he probably needed more time. But,
Oh.
well, we'll get into that.
Did I somehow like a zombie movie more than you? Because I
Are you
thought it
referring
was
to this one specifically?
okay. And I don't like zombie movies.
Well, I do, but this is kind of bringing up the rear, I think. Well, here, it's like, hey, you know what? Zack Snyder sat down at his typewriter one day, and this pains me to say this because I think he has certain talents. I don't think writing is one of them, because it's pretty apparent if you watch this film, he is a fan of Aliens. He's a fan of Escape from New York. and he's a fan of Ocean's 11. All of that are elements that kind of make up this movie. Did he do any of them justice or do it well is another story. Well, just to kind of get into what the movie's about, okay. There's a military convoy hauling a top secret. I think, I don't know if they actually said, but are they hauling something from Area 51?
They don't outright say
But
that it's Area
if
51.
it's Nevada, it's probably
but
safe.
they
That's where it came
really
from.
do imply it, especially with the line, well, considering where we came from, you're not going to make me say it, right?
Right.
Aliens is basically what the guy says in the very beginning of the movie. And it's just like, yeah, okay, so they're coming from Area 51 with something top secret and very heavily contained. And there was like, 5 convoy trucks just for this one box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
What
it was,
could it be?
where it was sitting in Area 51 right next to the Lost Ark and the saucer from Independence Day. All kind of in a locker room. But, there was a comic book series, I want to say back in the 90s, maybe in the 2000s, that was called Area 52. But instead of Nevada, it took place in Antarctica, and it sent all these fancy things that they didn't want the public to know about to Antarctica, because no one would go to Antarctica. And they stored them in this, warehouse. But,
That sounds like Warehouse 13.
yeah, probably.
It's a good show.
I want to say it was like a 4 or 5 issue miniseries. It was done by Image Comics. It's kind of neat. They're kind of hard to, I don't know if they've been collected and reprinted, but they're probably just the monthlies. But it was kind of a cool series. Oh, yeah, movie. Yeah.
There's a thing in a box.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And the convoy goes boom.
Convoy, fall down, go boom. And guess what's inside?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Well,
It's
oh
a
boy,
zombie.
they find out what's in the box. And it ain't friendly. And
Zombies usually aren't friendly.
something-
Have you known any friendly zombies?
well, answer me this.
Okay.
Why is it okay? They're zombies, not vampires. But why do zombies always insist in these movies that don't make any sense, biting people in the neck? Vampires bite people in the neck, but yet these zombies are like, they don't try to bite them in the arm. They don't try to bite them in the
easy
abdomen.
thing.
They always try to bite them in the neck. Why do they do that?
They want to be personal about it? I don't know.
But they're not supposed to be personal. They're zombies. They don't
Very
care.
true. I agree with you. Why are you getting mad at me?
I don't know, because this movie bugged the crap out of me.
That is what bugged the crap out of you?
Well, amongst other things.
What bugged the crap out of me was how everything was blurry except the people on the screen.
I was going to get to it.
Several times
See,
I noticed
that's-
this. I'm like, there's just people talking.
now-
Everything else was blurry. I'm
Is-
like, was there product placement that you weren't supposed to have?
Now, I'm assuming because Zack Snyder filmed this movie by himself, I think, all by himself. Is that a style? That's got to be a style choice.
I don't remember him using it in some of his other movies,
No,
though.
I don't either.
Like,
But in the other movies, he didn't.
Of his other movies that I enjoy.
But he always had other
Sucker Punch.
cinematographers working for him.
Yeah,
Whereas this, he filmed on his own.
for the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I didn't like. Because every once in a while, I'll see a movie where the cinematography is so goofy, it just takes me out of the movie. Have you ever seen, not the TV show, but the movie Friday Night Lights? It's a football movie.
I know it. I have not seen it.
Okay, well, there's like this style, during the football game where it's like the camera's really bouncy because, you're supposed to be like,
Running, yeah.
see things from the point of view of the players when they're running or tackling somebody or getting rolled over in a pile. That works fine when they're playing football, but they did the same thing when they weren't on the field. Like a kid's getting his leg looked at because he got hauled off in an ambulance, and there's these quick zooms and these weird.
Yeah.
It drove me crazy. And this the blurry stuff
Mm-hmm.
drove me nuts. Like, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
I don't like it. Doesn't look good.
I listened to most of the movie. I couldn't actually watch.
Yeah, because it
a lot of
takes
the
you out.
screen.
It's disorient. To
Yeah.
me, it was. Didn't understand that. But
So
Well-
the movie's blurry.
well, anyway, plot.
Plot. There's a plot to this movie
Yeah,
too. Basically, have you seen Hurricane Heist? It's that, but with zombies.
The hurricane heist.
You've never heard of the Hurricane Heist?
No, please explain.
It's a group of people who decide to rob a place in the middle of a giant hurricane because nobody's in the city because everybody's been evacuated.
Kind of like looting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're specifically going in to rob. I don't remember if it's a bank or if it is a casino. As much as like this one is a casino specifically.
This
But
is a recent film. Older
couple
movie.
years, maybe.
Okay, I
2017?
might have to check this one out. Maybe I'll like it better than this.
But anyways, they have been requested by Scorpion to rob a bank, rob a casino.
Now, well, who's Scorpion though?
Tanaka
Yeah.
is the guy that played Scorpion in the latest Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you meant there.
Well,
See,
I could have said
I didn't catch on the actor.
Scorpion told Drax to get over here and rob this casino. I could have gone with that line, but that would have been way too many references in one. Anyway, Tanaka, has this vault in this casino that he wants looted because they're going to blow up Vegas because zombies.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it on the 4th of July because fireworks, woo.
Yeah.
Which, that sounds like something
And they're
our
going
country
to,
would do.
and I had mentioned Escape from New York earlier. Well, they had the U.S. government. This isn't a zombie apocalypse, but it's just limited to Las Vegas because the government
They got it contained.
basically drops railroad cars all around the city, blocking it off to keep everything contained.
I don't understand why the zombies didn't pile on each other. Apparently they're not World War Z zombies.
No, it's funny how each zombie movie kind of
rules.
makes up their own rules. That's another movie that drove me crazy. I didn't hate it as much as this one.
World
But-
War Z?
Yeah, it's not great, but the main problem I have with that movie is that it was nothing like the book.
Yeah.
Because I read the book and I even listened to the audiobook, both of which are fantastic, by the way. But the movie was a colossal disappointment.
Yeah.
Even though I still like it better than this one. But yeah. So Dave Bautista, who is the lead in this movie, which is I don't want to say a brave choice, but a different choice because he's usually
No, I understand.
he's been kind of the second banana or like a henchman, and for good reason because
Like,
he's a big dude. He used to be a wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He really only has been the lead in like kids movies recently.
Yeah, he was in like a
Like-
kid movie not too long ago. I forget
He
what
was
it's called.
doing
though.
that whole former wrestler
Yeah.
thing that they do, that they automatically do a couple kids movies to break into acting.
Right.
Why is that?
I don't
Do
know.
you know?
Is that what they
Does anyone know? 'Cause,
is that what
Hogan
Hollywood
did it.
calls the Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
method? Because he used to do what Mr. Muscles or
He
Mr.
was
Babysitter.
Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
But he did Mr. Nanny.
Mr. Nanny.
That's what it was
Yep.
called. Yeah. Oh, that's going on the list. Not tomorrow, but maybe someday we'll talk about Mr. Nanny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is I don't think he's a great actor, but I felt he kind of earned this a little bit because he's kind of, he's been in, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy. He was in Blade Runner 2049. Was it Skyfall or Spectre? He was in one of the Bond movies. He was a henchman where
You're asking the wrong person.
he threw Daniel Craig around like a rag doll.
I bet.
He did. And it was intense. That was a good chase scene, too. I think it was Spectre, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, so it was good to see him get a lead part for once.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, if he's got to rob a casino, well, it's hard to say rob when it's like there's no one there to rob.
Right.
It's just...
He has to acquire things from a casino that have been left there because zombies.
Yes. So we have the putting the band together, back together sequence. And of course he has, like, the person who can crack the safe.
Yep.
Is the person...
Peter.
His daughter ends up coming with him for, I forget why.
Plot reasons. And they end up taking along this security guy working at the army camp, even though he kind of been harassing... Oh. As soon as...
Theo Rossi.
Yeah.
I know him from...
He was added to the thing, I'm like, he's going to last, 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I like how they played out his arc, because he comes back later as a zombie, which is appropriate because he was kind of a monster before he was even part of this team. The way he treats other people. So, so yeah, they get the crew. You know what? They got the safecracker guy. I don't remember what the other guys are good at. Do you?
The one guy
It just felt
was
so
really
generic to
good
me.
at the Jaws of Life.
Yeah.
And there was the YouTuber that goes in and shoots zombies and comes back out. So he was basically there because he knew his way around.
And then
they also had the coyote who knew her way around because she does it all the time. There was the one girl who was the love interest, I guess. Yeah, the one with the key on her neck.
Yeah.
There was the girl that dies right away who could have warned everybody that the guy turned on her. Chambers, that was who. Yeah, there was a bunch of characters and nobody really matters except Bautista, his daughter, and the safecracker.
Yeah.
And the one that survives.
And they have to get this stuff out of the vault in a certain amount of time, otherwise they're going to nuke Vegas.
Yeah, which I don't understand. I know plot-wise, why didn't they just go into the safe?
Yeah, well, is it me or is that just kind of a whole metaphor for people wanting to just kind of wipe Vegas off the map anyway, since it is kind of a manufactured city in the middle? Otherwise, who would put a city in the desert like that? Right?
Rich people.
Rich people. Yeah.
Rich people wanted to get richer and use the desert as their own burial ground because mob. I don't want to talk about Vegas right now.
I read, this is probably 10, 20 years ago, there's a really funny run in the Amazing Spider-Man comics where it actually starts in the 60s. And it starts with what do they call them? Sinatra and Dean Martin. What do they call those
Rat
guys?
Pack?
The Rat Pack. There. I couldn't think of the name. That type of group of people, and then they were kind of suspicious about one of their friends, so they had him knocked off and buried in the desert. Well, what happened? Some scientists decide to detonate bombs in the desert, and guess what happens? He comes back to life.
Zombies.
And
Zombies.
And he's like basically kind of like a gangster version of the Hulk, sort of, but not really. He's like a gamma-powered mummy. So what do the mobsters hire to come out?
Sounds like a better movie.
Who do the mobsters hire to come out and protect them from this guy? Spider-Man. It's really funny, and they fly him out to Vegas on a plane, and there's like panels of Spider-Man sitting on the airplane, and everyone on the plane is looking at him.
Oh, is he dressed as Spider-Man?
He's dressed as Spider-Man, and he's got his little thing pulled up and eating his free peanut. It's really, really funny.
Wow.
J. Michael Straczynski's the writer, but man, it's a lighthearted, funny Spider-Man.
Wow.
It's really good. I like it a lot.
Wow.
It's better than this movie, actually.
It sounds better than this movie.
It is. Look that up sometime. It's really funny.
Spider-Man in Vegas.
Okay, now back to dumb stuff in this
Dumb
movie.
stuff. There's
Why?
a tiger.
Why?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm getting to that. There's a zombified tiger. Okay, what do tigers do when they're like normal? They like jump and like eat people, right?
Well, maybe, or they're natural prey.
Yeah.
Not necessarily people, but yeah.
But so if they were zombified, wouldn't they do the opposite?
But the, and I was reading about this because I had to. I couldn't understand it, so I actually looked stuff up for this movie. The zombie tiger and also the zombie horse are considered part of the alpha group.
Oh.
So there are two different groups of zombies. You have the shamblers, which are your normal, slow, apparently they turn off in the sunlight, zombies. And then you have your alpha zombies.
Because they'll burst into flames if they go out in the sunlight.
Are your fast zombies who are your thinking zombies. And the alpha zombies were directly bitten by Zeus. That is the name of the main zombie.
That's so dumb. It's so dumb.
My main question.
Okay.
Sorry about the getting off tangent of the.
Oh, I was going to bring
tiger.
up the horse. I'm like,
But-
what is with this stupid horse?
I want to know if Zombie Baby was made naturally,
I don't know.
or what exactly was going on there. Because ew. Ew.
Yeah, I don't know. There were a couple. I'll say there were a couple of funny things in the movie. One of them I'll kind of say at the end because it was one of the only good things about the movie. But there's when they do find the safe, and they kind of use that zombie to help set off the booby traps.
That was funny.
That was good.
That was funny.
I'll say that was probably one of the best parts of the movie because there wasn't much else. Yeah, 'cause the horse. Zombies don't ride horses.
Apparently Zeus does.
No, they don't. They don't ride horses.
He's special? They kept him in a crate.
Oh, this is
sake.
so.
Come on.
And why? I don't understand why there's a zombie king and queen. The whole point of being zombies is that they're dumb. They just run and eat living things. They don't. And they.
not arguing
I
with you.
almost forgot. They don't take prisoners. These zombies take prisoners. Why? Why do they do that?
They were establishing a community. I don't know. I don't understand it at all.
Nor do they wear helmets to deflect bullets so they can't shoot them in the brain and disable them.
He was the smart one. He was the one in the box. He was the one that the four horsemen were. First off, okay.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you're gonna call your convoy the four horsemen of the apocalypse, don't. Just don't.
Oh.
Just in general, don't do that because it's going to be bad. Something will go wrong,
Okay.
and you will bring on the end of the world, which you did.
Okay. The other good part of the movie, which I'll talk about, was the opening. Well, wasn't the opening, but was the credit sequence of the
opening
movie,
credit sequence, yes.
which was really well done. Mm-hmm. And
Could have been its own movie.
you know,
and I would've
it's not
watched
every day like you see topless dancers get turned into zombies and start eating people. And then, like, hey, I just won $1 million, and then I get eaten. You know, there's there's a better version of this idea that was done probably like 25 years ago. Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez made this movie called From Dusk Till Dawn. And you can, where it's basically two different movies. It's a kidnapping movie, and then it becomes like, hey, oh crap, we're trapped in a bar with vampires movie.
Well, you
And that was-
reiterate that because that's what makes it better.
Yes,
Vampires make things better.
but they play.
Zombies are dumb. Just use vampires.
Well, see, here's the thing. They took advantage of all the vampire tropes to make that really fun and interesting and funny. You know, with like, Hey, we've got a wooden table here. Let's flip the table upside down. What do we have? 4 legs of a table. Hey, they're all wooden stakes. Let's all take and body slam 4 vampires through this table. And then there's that shot from overhead where you see 4 slain vampires with table legs. That is a great idea. You see those seeds of those things in the credit sequence of this film, but they take advantage of none of that. This could have been a really clever, funny, good idea, like the whole thing, walling it off, blowing up Vegas, not robbing a bank through zombies. Great ideas. Just falls totally flat for me. There. You know what?
Apparently it didn't fall flat for Netflix, though, because they made bank on this movie.
A lot of people go to see movies whether they're good or dumb. If it's dumb, you know what? If it's dumb, it gives...
I can assure you, that is true. That is very, very true.
You know, I didn't think they could make 9 Fast and Furious movies.
They go to space!
That's going to be F10. They're going to space.
No, they went to space in 9.
They did?
They go to space in 9.
Well, don't ruin it for me.
Like you're going to see it.
Yeah. Anyway.
I have much to say about F9.
If you don't care about any of this stuff, like I saw one review of this movie where the guy actually liked it. I won't say who it is. But he said, you know, I enjoy, and they tried to do different stuff with it, with the zombie lore, but I thought it was just dumb. If you like that and you just want to sit there and shove popcorn into your noise hole, that's fine. But I thought it was, you'll probably like it. I just thought it was dumb. So anyway, it's time to grade this thing. Erin, what grade do you give?
Give it a Z for zombie. This thing fails. I don't want to give it an F though. So
I'm not. Yeah, okay.
I'll give it a D.
Yeah.
For dead.
I'm not quite that mean-spirited. I'll give it a D also because I won't say it fails on every level, but it's not good.
The saving grace was Tig.
Oh, I forgot about Tig Notaro. Yeah, she was literally pasted into the movie last minute because of
reasons.
Yeah, because some guy was
an
idiot.
It was not good.
But just watch the movie or don't.
Yeah.
I don't care. Anyway, that's our evisceration of Army of the Dead. Until next time, I'm Drew.
I'm Erin.
And watch it or don't. I don't care.
Really.
We'll see you later.
Cable television is the swellest thing they got.